know who's gonna win though. Hello.
Holy shit, this took a while.
Welcome to Wild Rift.
Okay, and we are back. Sorry for the little mishap that we had with the stream, but then yeah, Baba is
Minions
there to
have
fix it,
spawned.
and we are back.
Hello.
So sorry for the delay. We missed on the drafting phase, and also Seth has been locked in by Frosty, and still going for the Annie and the various big coming out from Luffy, and we might see some
Holy shit,
engage
this took a
coming
while.
out. As you can see, blue side of the map, they're all in. They're trying to take out this red buff, and I don't think they have any. Chief, walk me through this. Do you think this steal is going to be clean?
Wild Rift.
I think they might possibly just go in for the steal because I mean Red Shed has zero clue the Graves has already had. I think the buff has already been taken and they're just going to be for a very clean recall. Morgana is clueless in the bottom side, right? I mean a very good clean invade coming up with blue side, right? Because I mean these are the perks which they're having with the set in the team, right? Because when you have the set, when you have the alpha Chad already in the team, you can make it alpha boost.
And also, like, here's the thing, right? Despite Corky and Leona not getting any kills up top, right? They lost only 1 minion, so nothing of value was lost for Team Unique. I mean, if like Team DDT knew what they were doing, then I would honestly prefer like Various not hitting any minion and just let him freeze, so that he can deny all the CS. But then, yeah. So Heb on this Corky has not lost even. I mean, he has lost only 1 minion. I mean, 1 level experience of minion and gold. So like nothing of value was lost, to be precise.
I mean, it's still alright, right? Because I mean, Corky can always come back in the late game, but then the invade potential when you're already putting the Morgana behind in the early game itself, right? I mean, that is the, I mean, you can't master it up in anything, right? So it's fine.
Yeah, and,
Like, now that,
yeah, go on.
okay, now that I mean, Morgana has been behind, but she is still going to be having priority over the Scuttle. She's at the Scuttle, and she's going to be able to take it very easily. Meanwhile, the bottom fiddle has been already taking place. Also, like, talking about the top lane matchup, right? I mean, surprisingly, Wukong is doing quite well against the set.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is actually surprising because Frosty should actually have a clean. But then there was a dive coming up from Feast in my pen, and with that, there was a 3-man gang in the mid side of the map, and with that, they were able to get the first blood. But yeah, talking about Seth and Wukong, Seth generally should punish a Wukong, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Chief. But then we are seeing some opposite lane out there, like Frosty getting harassed by a Wukong, which is like actually really weird.
Rough, but now that Morgana, I mean, if you just missed that on, Morgana was able to get the Graves' blue buffs. I mean, counter invading is going to be coming out. Morgana is playing the game very smart. You know, getting the Graves blue buff, and we all know Graves with the blue buff is like practically useless, right? Because Graves is a very mana-dependent champion, and Morgana getting the blue buff from Graves, I mean, she's going to be getting the little bit lead which she lost in the early game, getting it back up in the 2 minutes into the game.
And also, you know, here's the thing about this anything, right? Like even me and Bishi, like in the previous round, right? When we saw the any pick came out, we were just like, okay, like does any come into the meta, right? But in TTT, we're able to abuse this any pick, right, with the protocol and with the flash, right? And if the any goes into the mid late game, and if he's able to find the Graves or the Corky, right? Because Feast can just, you know, dash out the star and see, but if the Corky gets caught off, and also we have seen what this any can do. So if he's able to connect his portal belts or his flash, and if he's able to change CC the Corky, then things are looking really good. And also on top of that, they have a Nami. So Nami's call on this Nami, he's going to be really good for engaging and disengaging with them, right? So I pretty much can't say. And with that, in 20 seconds, we are going to see the first Mountain Drake and the Rift Herald as well. And I don't know what's up with Mountain Drake being on this Resurgence series. Like the first dragon that ever spawns is always a Mountain Drake. That has been happening for quite some time now, and I don't know why that is happening.
I mean, yeah, I mean, this game really knows what Indians love. I mean, Indians love going to mountain deck, Indians love going to funnel deck, and that's exactly what the game is providing to us, right? certain series we have been seeing Mountain Drakes over and over again, and just I'm again we're just going to be seeing Mountain Drake and what's the blue side team's name again? Yeah, they're not going to be leaving away. This is starting with attacking immediately. The Morgana, so the Rita, this is going to be as well. Ultimate is going to be going on, but this is going to be an Ami kill is going to be coming out. We are going to be seeing Ami finally using the ultimate a little bit too late because the fight has already been won by. Oh no, wait, the sun is finally going to be coming in and it's completely changes the fight. He can possibly get a kill on Morgana. Can he get a kill on Morgana? Oh, he's not able to get a kill on Morgana. He's not able to get a kill on Nami as well. And I mean, a fight which was supposed to be won by the blue side was just absolutely thrown by them.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, Fizz in my pants, like, Fizz getting destroyed, like, even before the team fight happened, right? He was not able to dish out any of the damage that we potentially expect from a Fizz, right? So he was just removed from the map, like, he got deleted so quickly that, they weren't able to dish out so much amount of damage. And also the Corki package, it was kind of questionable, but then, yeah, TDT was able to turn the tides around despite losing the Mountain Drake, and now they're gonna start up the Scuttle. I mean, they're gonna start up the Rift Terror.
I mean, this is what a good thing, right? A very questionable pick coming out of Graves. And yes, Graves is proving out to be a little bit bad for them. And also, Leona is trying to make it happen. She's going to be getting bubbles straight on her face. They might be going in for the engage. Yes, we are going to be seeing a proper engage. The virus is going to be coming out. Can they go in? Yes, Leona is going to be falling. Exclusive for gaming is going to be looking back off since Leona said. And with the team fight going towards them, and also like Set is going to be forced to clicker away as well. So, getting all of these wins, they have a pretty free herald. On the bottom side, they are able to catch the Graves out as well. So, mistakes are coming out from the blue side and they are getting heavily punished for that.
Yeah, and also on top of that, Corki is just heavily pushing. Like, he got a full turret plate goal. Like, he got 3 plates, plus he was able to destroy the first turret. So, Corki, because of Corki, right, they are kind of like close in the gold gap. But yeah, Frosty, I don't know what Frosty is doing. He's trying to go 1v3 and he's gonna get punished for that. What was that, Frosty?
He did try his best to get a kill on Morgana. Morgana's also quite low, but then 1v3 situation, even while you're set, right? That's you can't play the you can't pull it off.
Yeah, like even if you put off your hair maker and all, like that's not gonna help you, like that's not gonna help you sustain. Like you should just walk out instead of giving up the kill. So as we can see, like Runic is making some pretty small mistakes here and there, right? And also this is the jungle pattern I was talking about, right? Look at Kate goes now. He's just able to take the blue bomb and the big that frog as well, and with that he's able to clear out the jungle, and with that he's gonna go back to see whether they can gank on Frosty. And Frosty doesn't have his flash.
Yeah, and with Fortune not having his flash and already using all of his abilities up, I think we might be seeing a tower dive come on. I think none of the panic target landing. I don't know why there was not a single panic coming out by Frost. And even the Varus, right? Goofy could have used up his ultimate. They could have got a pretty free kill on Goofy. They could have got tower also. But then Death is going to be very hesitant to be here and not going to be going for a very aggressive face. But look at how safe they are playing. They would have very easily gone for the kill over here. They could have got the kill on Goofy. They could have got the kill on one side as well. But then the complete opposite is happening in the somewhere in the million. We are facing Fizz end up getting the kill on Annie. So, I mean, the Annie versus Fizz matchup, right, which we're talking about, Fizz is clearly the dominant pick over here.
Yeah, I mean, how the fight started was Annie was trying to kill off the ADC, right, Corki, like he used his ultimate and everything, right, but he was not able to one-shot the Corki or he wasn't able to dish out the damage, and also Fizz, he came back and he was there to help his Corki at the end because of that. So there was quite a good read on the map, knowing that TDT was all in the both side of the map. I don't know why like Annie tried to initiate a fight there, because he knows that there was going to be no backup coming out from him, right?
And with the Fizz already being ahead, I think he might very easily get a kill. Or no, wait, did the Morgana just bait him away? I mean,
yeah, we see, yeah, this is the thing about Morgana, right? This E, and also coming into the late game, there's going to be very less cooldown. And Summoner YT, he goes in way too deep. He's able to flash away, but yeah, that's not what you should be doing. Like there's so many mistakes, like burning out flashes for no reason, burning out ulti, like for no reason, like something. So there's so many small mistakes coming out, and TDT is able to capitalize on that. And with that, they're going to start the dragon.
For the dragon being a win dragon, I think they have a pretty good chance of winning the game, because I mean, if Fizz can catch someone out again, Fizz can do something really good, they have a really very good chance of getting the fight. They are going to be seeing Corki going, but Corki is going to be immediately better. No, she's going to be able to exhaust, but she ends up still dying as well. Nami at the back line is still healing everyone back up, and with Nami healing everyone back up. Fist is still going to be going for the backline. Ani is still surviving. Fist is full surviving. Can he make a escape? He is trying to make an escape. He is trying to make something happen, but he can't escape. And with the entire fight coming to an end, Dreadheart is going to be able to get a very free dragon, a very free kill as well. They are going to be going for the Fist as well. Fist is going to be trouble. He's trying to dash away, but then Annie's just going to be going straight onto him and Fist and falling.
And that was actually a really good package coming out, but then at the end of the day, like Feast and Set was not on the team fight, right? Like Feast and Set, they opted to go for the Morgana. Like I'm pretty sure they wanted like to kill the jungle first, but yo, where are you? You should be helping your teammates, right? Like Cat goes meow, he burned his flash, and also Wishmat, Frosty burned his flash, and even Feast in my pants burned his flash, right? And they were chasing the Morgana, which was of no need. Like, instead of that, they should be helping out on the team, right? Especially protecting the AD carry, right? But at the end of the day, they didn't go for that, and because of that, they're going to lose the team fight. And with that, they ended up losing the
Dragon as well.
yeah, the dragon as well. So this is kind of like misplays all over coming out from Team DR Rooney.
Yup, and now that the Herald is going to be back up, I think we might be seeing possible fight break out at the Herald as well, because everything is going to be looking for getting the Herald, and I mean the red side, right? They are very much eager to take the Herald, because every member of 5 man is like coming to the Herald, and they are going to be trying to take it down very easily, and this is going to be falling because and you have Corki, you have Morgana. I mean, family coming out to the creep, right? That's going to be 10 and falling to the red side. So I mean, even though the fights are being taken by the red side, right? The goal difference is the goal difference is still hadn't.
Yeah, the goal difference is huge. And also, here's the thing, right? If you look at Feast and Annie, right? Like Feast was leading by a lot, right? But then Feast was not able to do much of anything in team fight. Like Annie ended up doing so much. So because of that, like the goal is kind of even now. Like Annie is just lagging behind by like 200 to 300 goal. Whereas in the early stages of the map, like Feast had proper control over mid, like he was able to do everything. But then when it comes to team fight, like Feast, if he's not able to assassinate anyone, then what's the point? Like Feast, in my opinion, showed a beautiful gameplay on Akali, but on this Feast, he's lagging behind by a lot. And because of this Morgana, he's not able to do much. And Feast, in my opinion, might get caught up.
Okay, no, he didn't be able to escape that. I think getting Fist in the plans also maybe like a one-trick Fist play if I'm not wrong, because just like judging by the IGN.
Yeah, but then, yeah, here's the thing, right? Like, if he's not able to perform well on his main hero, that things are looking pretty bad for DR really. Like, I shouldn't say that, but yeah.
I mean, I mean, Fist is the only person like playing. He's being decent, but then a little bit of macro cap coming out, a little bit of like brain damage coming. Okay, never mind. Let's not be toxic with anyone. I think Fist is going to be going for the kill. Annie is going to be going to ultimate. It's going to be landing straight on the set for catching a very easy escape. No, Varus is going to be venting a little bit too deep. Can he get a kill on that? Yes, set is going to be falling. Lucian, sorry, Leon is going to be a little bit too deep. Seems to be going in, but I don't think that's worth it. Army ultimate is going to be coming out. Fist is going to be having a proper ultimate as well, but then they end up missing everyone. Graves Mira not having any damage in this fight, not being useful in this fight at all. Graves is going to be going in at the very last moment. This is what Graves is supposed to be going. He ends up getting the second kill, he ends up getting the third kill. He is going to be going for the quadra kill as well. Can he get a quadra kill? Yes, he's going to be effectively protected the quadra kill as well. And with Fist surviving that fight, a very dominant coming out by the blue side. And ace, I mean, the Fist getting the ace.
Yeah, I mean, that was. Honestly speaking, there was a conversation coming up from TDT. Like, they burned so many things just to kill off the set, right? And also, Feast beats his ulti, so I was thinking, like, okay, like, that was a really bad ulti coming up from Feast. But then the Corki was left untouched, and Corki was able to deal so much amount of damage in that team fight. Here's the thing, if you want to go all in, go for the Corki, not for the set, right? Like, there was a throw coming out from TDT, like, they invested so much on killing just the the set, right? And there was no point in like going for it. Like if it was a Corki, that is understandable, right? But then Team TDT was overstepping a bit, and DR Rooney was able to punish them, and because of that, they got a clean ace.
Yep, and I mean, with the clean ace coming out, the goal difference is almost even, and we are to be seeing the fight break out at the Infant Dragon as well. A very chaotic fight going on, but then I think the clear winner of this fight is going to be the Fist. Varus is finally coming out, but I don't think that could be enough to make him survive the fight, because Graves is trail on the Varus. Can he get a kill on Varus? He's trying to get the best kill on Varus. Varus is falling. He's going to be going to the kill on Nami, and Nami ends up falling as well. Graves being the clear MVP in this entire fight, and ends up doing so much for the entire team. And with that, the second consecutive team fight when coming out for two sides.
Yeah, I mean, that was a beautiful, like, to start off the fight, right? That was a beautiful ulti coming out from Leona, making sure that Team DDT doesn't come on them. And there was a beautiful, complementing to that, there was a Corki package coming out from Shoaib, and there was really beautiful package coming out from Corki. And because of that, they ended up winning up the team fight. And also, Lucifer he is ahead into the game. He has 10k gold and he has already finished his third item. He has a Bloodthirster already ready. So things are looking pretty bad for DR. I mean for Team TDD at the moment. It's basically like both of them are just throwing like the game, right? Like Team TDD they ended up losing that team fight as well because of the fact that they made an overextension. So these are like the small things, like the small skirmishes that they get punished for, like overextension, and also DR was able to capitalize on that and punish them. So because of that, they're in the lead right now.
But also the fact being that when you're playing an army, you are supposed to be going for somewhat of a tanky jungler, right? Because if you're going to be going for straight like Nami and Morgana in the same team, you don't really have anyone who can frontline for you, right? Except for the Wukong.
Yep.
And Wukong, Wukong is trying his best because we look at his build. He's going for a very tanky build, going for the Sunfire Aegis, going for the Spectral Aura as well. But then Wukong is not enough because look at him. He's trying to go in for the engage. Nami is going to be backing off as well. I think this was the fight between DDT was for Tico. They end up getting the kill. And this was like they might end up getting the kill on the Leona. So Leona ends up falling. And Fist not being there, right? They realized this was not an fight and they completely capitalized on the fact over that, and instead they're going to be going in, Caliban is going at the right time, can he get the better because this is the perfect chance to go in. He's going to be going in, can he get the kill? He's going to be making everyone fight low, Stasis is going to be coming out, he might possibly get the kill, he is trying his best, he ends up getting the kill on Varys. He's going to be going into the Wukong as well, he ends up getting the kill on Wukong, a double kill comes out, he can possibly go in for the Nami, he is going to be going in for the Nami, but then the damage is not going to be enough, that is going to be, sorry. Oh yes, that is finally going to be there, but I don't think that's enough. He's trying his best to get the kill on Nami. He is... no, he's not.
Oh no, he's gonna follow. And you know how that team fight all started. Like we have to go back, alright. Like DR Runic was all under our ward, and I'm surprised to see that Graves has not bought a scanner for himself. Like, as a jungler, you always need a scanner instead of a ward, right? And also they were all standing inside the ward and they didn't know, and then he shot up into the both side of the map, and because of that they were able to punish them, right? And this ended up giving them the dragon and the team fight as well. It was a 4v5 and TDT read the map so well and they were able to punish because of that. And also I feel like this is the mistake that DR Runic are making, right? Not like they didn't have a scanner and they were just standing inside the tri-bush, right? Which they shouldn't be doing, because first and foremost the first inner turret is still alive, right? It's still standing strong. So obviously Team TDT has full opportunity to go ward it off, right? And they're not respecting that and they didn't have a scanner, so they ended up paying.
Yep, and now that the Baron is gonna be on the right side, which is going to be DDT. All the lanes are being pushed out. Annie pushed on the bottom side, mid lane being pushed out by Varys and Morgana. Meanwhile, top side is going to be pushed out by Wukong. And I think with such like 1-3-1 coming out, I think they have very good chance of going in. The set is going to be going in with the first ultimate being falling up on that. But I don't think it's going to be enough to get any kill. The Varys ultimate is going to be coming out. Tiana Flamus is going to be able to save him. And Leona ends up falling. Leona, I mean, not tanky enough, not the DP meat which you expected her to be. And they're just going to be using Annie use of the ultimate on Fizz as well. Fizz almost very low. Annie's ultimate possible to get a kill.
Yeah.
And they might possibly go in for the kill on Grace as well. Wukong is going to be going in, and the Nami bubble is going to be running on Fizz, cancelling his icon. And then also recall being cancelled with the Grace being pushed out on the bottom side as well. I think they have a very good team fight win over here. Oh wait, what is happening? They're just going to see Frosty come back, and Frosty have a comeback. Yes, Frosty is going to be, Wukong is able to get the kill on Corki. This is not what you're supposed to be doing as a Corki, right? Because you can't, like, out positioning yourself this bad if you're dying to Wukong. And also, wait, what's this? This is going to be trying to make something happen. This is going, oh my god, this Fizz over here ends up outlaying literally everyone, just going for the perfect Q, or sorry, E or whatever that was, ends up going straight for the Nami and Morgana and gets the kill over that. He's going to be surviving that, he ends up getting the kill of Wukong as well. This Fizz, my god, what do you say about this Fizz?
Yeah, I mean, like, Fizz, honestly, this is like a redemption. There was a redemption coming up because Fizz in this entire of the match, he was not able to land any of his ultimates, right? We have seen like he had some really good position, but he wasn't able to do that. And also, this is like TDT, like just overextending for no reason. Like they knew that the Elder Dragon buff was up, right? So instead of going for the Elder Dragon, they opted to go for the kills, which they shouldn't be doing because they already have the Baron buff. They already won the team fight, so they should just reset and come back for the Elder Dragon buff, right? But then they didn't. Like they ended up taking the team fight, which costed them the Elder Drake, and which might eventually cost them the game as well. Like, here's the thing, right? Runic are really good in punishing the small mistakes done by TDT, right? We have seen in game 1, we have seen in game 2, right? So Team TDT, they should actually they should actually, like, make all of this decision making properly, because they're just throwing the game for no reason. Like, there was no reason for them to take that fight long and extend that fight for so long, right? Like, talk to me about this. This is just League of Thrones again. Like, both Team DDT has been throwing the game, and like only has been supplied again, and the third again, and still
And not like this top fight at the top side, right? And the clear winner of the fight is going to be DDT, right? You know, this like is best, but the Wukong is not just going to be stopping him. Yeah, this is Kosti again, getting caught off, and the getting bubbles. He said, no, she's going to be starving. Kosti over here ends up getting exhausted, but I don't think he's going to be benching any deeper. If this is finally going to be that, but can Fizz go? No, Fizz is going to be looking to, back at this all team fight.
Yeah, and
Everyone's going to be surviving on the red side.
yeah, and also because of the fact that they were able to secure the Elder Dragon, like, look at the health generation, like, look at them.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think Corky was gonna go down, but look at him, he's full health, he's going for the Baron, and if Runic plays it by the book, right, then they're gonna come out of the like, look at this. He's trying to make sure that they don't reach, and the bubble is a little bit too late, and yeah, with that, Fizz is just gonna walk away. Right now, Fizz is in control of the game.
Yeah, but I mean, Fizz is the complete control of the game because, like, anyone he spots, he can just assassinate them. That's why over here, he did for the Nami. Will he be going in for the Nami as well? No, he's going to be looking to go and buff up the minion wave up. He's going to be being one opponent, right? He ends up spotting the Wukong, but yeah, Wukong is going to be using the gun away. See, I mean, there's so much focus on the Fizz, right? Everyone's on the Fizz. Wukong's on the Fizz. Kana's on the Fizz. And there's no, cross-map plays happening at all because Setting is going to be free to push to the top 6. This is finally using his ultimate up, but I don't think that's going to be doing anything for value for them. 1v1 push them not, setting a top side, Wukong, Corki, Wukong, and Leon on the mid side. We are just going to be seeing Leon going amazing at him. I think Varus is a bit AFK over here, and that's the reason why they he just ended up dying in a very moment over here, and the first end up going for the core. The core is just going to be falling in the second, and that TDT, Dr. Unique is going to be back up in the series with the 2-1 in the entire team score. So, great plays coming up with Fizz this entire game. So, what are your thoughts? I mean, of course, look at Fizz, 12-3-7.
Yeah, I mean, like, even though Fizz has like 12-3-7, right? He needs to land his ultimate, right? Like, he needs to get all of those on point. I mean, honestly speaking, like, DR Runic won the game, right? But then, like, DR Runic won the game because of the fact that TDT overextended, overstayed their welcome, and they were punished for that, right? If it was like a really core team, like, for example, we have seen in the past, like how TGT and all, they were able to close out the game and all, right? But
No,
then,
but also,
like,
it's kind of
yeah, I
sad.
mean, like,
Luffy was AFK, right? The Varus was AFK
yeah,
in the very
yeah.
last time.
No, I mean,
Varus was playing
yeah.
very good, but then, I mean, of course, if you're going
I
to
mean,
be
like, honestly speaking, even if he was AFK or not, also, right? Like, Team Runic
Yeah.
was, yeah, I mean, they were obviously going to win this game, but then, they should stop making these small mistakes all around the map. Because of that, they're getting heavily punished, even for Runic and even for TDT as well, right? Like, Runic basically won because of the fact that TDT overstayed their welcome. They were not going out for objectives, and they were not doing anything, right? So because of that, they ended up losing the game. So I honestly feel like this could have been a much more cleaner game coming out for, like, both the teams, right? But but at the end of the day, like, TDT came out on. I mean, Runic came out on top, right? They were able to punish TDT for all the mistakes they've done, right? Right? And Runic is so good in punishing them. Yeah, because in the beginning of the round, like, I was like, okay, Runic is just gonna lose this game. Like, nothing is working out for them. The Fizz is not working out. The set is not working out. Lucifer might have fucked up on his pick, but yeah, because of TDT making so many mistakes, because of that, Runic was able to punish, and they were able to capitalize on that. And with that, they are 2-1 right now.
And I think if this is the raid, I mean, if this is how the games are going to be going out, if DDT is going to be making a small macro mistake, I think DR Runic has a very good chance of just just cleaning this up with a 3-1. But then, as you said, right, this set, right, we didn't expect the set to be making anything. We didn't expect the Fest to be doing anything in this game. But then the game just turned around just like that. That came back. Fest came back. I think we might possibly see a 3-1. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's going to be a 3-1, or do you think it's going to be we are going to be seeing our DDT come back with evening out?
I mean, see, honestly speaking, I really can't say at this. Like, I really can't say, because everything is going neck to neck, right? Both these two teams, right? TDT and Runic as well. So I honestly can't say much who's gonna take this. But I would honestly prefer like TDT to come back and let us go to Game 5, right? Because Game 5 series, like everything is everything is on the line. Like there's gonna be nothing, so everybody's gonna be really serious, psyched up. But then yeah, I honestly feel like if TDT makes the same thing again, then Runic is gonna come out on top and it's gonna be 3-1. But I would honestly prefer to go to 2-2 and let us see Game 5. At the moment, like Runic is just sailing, and I honestly feel like Runic is gonna take this game.
Okay, so with this game 3, we are going to be taking a 5-minute break. All the players need to get their mental back up together. So we'll be back with the stream. We are going to be back with the best of 5 series. We're going to be back with the game 4 in just a short while. So until then, just make sure you stay tuned to the stream. And also, if you haven't already liked the stream, make sure you like the stream. And we'll be back in just a short moment.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to the lower bracket semifinals between Runic and TDT. And if you guys are new to the stream, Runic is leading by 2-1. So, Chief, what do you think? Are we going to go to game five, or do you think Runic is going to take this away? What do you think?
I personally feel like the way Dr. Unique has been playing this entire match, especially the fish signing up in the last game, I think
Hmm.
they are looking to end up series up with a 3-1. But then again, seeing the resilience from TDP, right? The comebacks which
Hmm.
they have, the things which they're having, I think we possibly look for a game 5 as well. But then all of the support. And what are
Yeah.
your thoughts, Chad? What do you guys feel? What do you think? Do you think it's gonna be a 3-1 or do you think it's gonna be a 2-2? Let us know down in the chat down below. Also, like personally, I
Yeah,
feel it's gonna be a 3.
it looks like Runic is leading the chart, but then I honestly want the game to go to 2-2 because TDT, we can see the resilience from them, right? We have seen, like, this is actually a Cinderella story coming up from them, right? They were knocked out in the first round and they went into the lower bracket and they're just surfing through the entire lower bracket round. They're beating everyone, right? And they're here. If they're able to beat out Runic, I would be so happy for them, and especially for Cat Goes Mio and all. But yeah, let's see. We're gonna go into the drafting phase and see the Alistair being banned out, and not so surprising to see the Diana is going to be followed up by the Rengar ban coming out from Runic. Yeah, and also
Oh,
the
it's gonna
feast
be a
has
fish
been
ban coming on.
yeah.
They absolutely saw how good the fish, how well the fish played in the first,
Mhm.
second, third game. Sorry, and they don't want me facing that
Yeah.
fish again. So they
I
are
mean,
literally seeing the immediate fish ban.
on the previous round, I would have given the feast 10 out of 10, but then he missed a lot of ultimates, like not one, not two, not three, not four, but he missed around like 5 to 6 ultimates, right? So because of that, I'm gonna give the feast 8 out of 10. But yeah, and also this thing, Feast in my pants, right? He's really good with assassin mid laners. Like I haven't seen him using much of control mages, or he has been going for those assassin picks, and things are working out for Feast in my pants, right? Okay, so the Rengar is open, mind you, the Rengar is open. So the Darius and the Galio has been banned out from Unique, so which leaves Rengar open. So do you think we're gonna see a Rengar Cat Goes Meow on this? Cause Rengar, I mean Cat Goes Meow on this Rengar, he's one trick and he's really good with it. So do you think it's gonna be picked up, or do you think they're just gonna let it slide?
I think the Rengar might be picked up over here because I mean this is the moment where you need to play a tryhard, right? Because if you're not playing your tryhards in this game, you're just going to be out of the series, right? So I think a Rengar is a very possible pick coming out from Tucson, and especially I think Dr. Runic did make a mistake over here by not by letting the Rengar open. Because especially Gargos Meows, we all know how good of a Rengar player he is. So
Yep.
yes, I think we might be seeing a Rengar pick up.
Yeah, and also I would really love to see like a Rengar getting pick, and also Lucifer Gaming picking up the Master Yi, because he's also a one trick Master Yi, right? So really like to see them dishing out, but then you can see the Morgana being hovered around, and also Cat Goes Meow on the Morgana, he dealt most damage from his team as well, and he was popping off, right? It's just that the team, like, they fell off, but then like Cat Goes Meow, he showed what he can do with this Morgana, and also I guess he's really comfortable with this champion, so I'm guessing he might go for a Morgana, and the Morgana has been locked in. So let's see what they're gonna pick next. And so the Garen has been locked in from TDT. What do you think about this Garen blind pick coming out?
I mean, yeah, Garen is always a surprise, but then seeing the Indian meta, right? Nobody's always going to be nobody's going to be taken aback by seeing the Garen pick, right? Because people used to playing against Garen, so I don't think it's going to be much of a surprise for the Unique over here.
Yeah, and also the set has been picked up, and in the early stages of the game, we haven't seen like much of Frosty, but then coming to the mid and late game, his set was just popping off. So I'm really excited to see the set in action again for Frosty. And what do you think about this matchup between a Garen and a set? Like, who do you think comes out on top?
I'm not really sure about who wins the matchup, but then I believe in Garen supremacy, the matchup for the win.
Mhm.
So yeah, Garen will spin to win champ. I think Garen can come out on the top against Zed.
Yeah. But then, like, if you look at the team fight potential, right? Like, Garen can just one shot. Like, if he's able to catch it Ezreal, right? He can just Demacia him out of the rift, right? Whereas Seth, he can't. So let's see. Like, I feel like the scaling of Garen is better than Seth, I would say. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I feel like Garen scales better, but then if Seth is ahead into the game, right? What I want from Team DDT to do is to completely shut down this set in the early game, because if he gets ahead, the set is gonna be a huge problem for TDT.
Yeah, but especially the Sun being a jungle, right? I mean, that is just going to be adding up to all the gold that you're going to be collecting now,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, TDT's focus is supposed to be on the set, right? Because as you said, you can't let the set scale up in the late game because set game or a fat set late game. he's just gonna be punching you back and right? Left and left, right? I mean,
Oh,
I also look at the champions. You have
yeah.
Morgana, you have the. I mean, of course, I mean, you do have tanky champions. You
Mhm.
do have Rob and Garen. But then if Seth is going to be going on the right targets, he can literally just go on one shot.
Yeah, and also I honestly feel like Feasting My Pants is watching the stream. Like I was just telling about how Feasting My Pants is really good with assassins. Like he doesn't generally go for those, control measures. But right now he locks in the Oriana, and also the Ziggs has been locked in. So Ziggs, I mean, like Ziggs is a pain in the ass to have in as an opponent, alright? Because even you can't secure objectives properly because of his ultimate, right? His ultimate deals a lot of damage coming into the mid late game, right? So even to secure objectives, like it's really hard if a Ziggs is around. And also the Lucian has been locked in for TDT, so it's gonna be the same bot lane coming out from. I mean, the only changes that came out from the previous game in terms of TDT will be the Garen and the Ziggs. So let's see what they're gonna go opting for. And the Amumu has been locked in for Lucian
Okay.
for gaming. So this, like, I honestly feel like if things go in terms of what Runic has planned, right? Like Runic's gonna take this game away because Leona can just ulti like Leona, Amumu, and the Oriana wombo combo, right? This
Yeah.
is gonna be massive, and also Ezreal can just dish out so much of damage, and also Seth can initiate the fight, and Leona followed up with his ulti, Amumu with ulti, Oriana with ulti. Like this is just press R to win. And if they're able to land their wombo combo, then TTT things are looking pretty bad for TTT because at the end of the day, like who can Morgana shield, right? Like he can only shield one of them. So yeah, things are looking really bad. The only good thing about this TTT is that they should capitalize on the early stages of the game. If they're not able to capitalize on the early stages of the game, then they're just gonna end up losing the game coming into the mid and late game from Runic. And also we have seen what Runic can do, right? They're just able to punish team TDT even for a small mishap or like some small overextension. So yeah, I feel like Runic is on the driving seat, and I honestly feel like Runic is gonna take the game looking at the drafting phase. But nothing is done on paper, right? Like on paper, Runic looks good, but let's see what TDT has in store for. So what do you think?
I mean, yeah, of course. Like I said, on paper, every day they can execute the combos, right? A Mumu person, Leona follows up the ultimate, and then Oriana just has to press on her R, right? That can completely delete TDT. But then again, right, it's going to be very hard to execute. Then looking at the picks again, right, it's a Ziggs.
Welcome to
If you are not able to
Wild
kill
Rift.
this Ziggs is just going to be outputting you so much, and you can't sustain that, right? Because look at the
Yeah.
picks, you can only go in once. You only have a Leona, you have a Mumu, and the set. If you can't kill them, you're just going to be getting bursted down by the Lucian and the Ziggs. So,
Minions have
I
spawned.
mean, if Seth and Azrael have enough damage, I mean, even if you have enough damage, you can't match up to the damage that Ziggs provides, right? And also, it's a Garen again, right? I mean, Garen is going to become a very unkillable in the late game. So, I mean, I do have my favors towards the red side if they can, they are unique, if they can wombo combo really well. But then if not, I'm still going to be rooting for DDT.
Yeah, and even me, I want this underdog story. Like this is a Cinderella run coming out from TDT, right? So I don't want them to end their journey here. But yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, and also as you can see, like on the jungle, right? Like Morgana is gonna be faster in players compared to the Amumu, so Morgana might be able to get earlier than the Amumu as well.
But nothing like the mid lane matchup already, right? Look at Six like outpoking the Oriana, outranging the Oriana, right? The Oriana sound 20, it lost like so much HP just from Six poking her out. And also like look at her, like, Six is not blitzing away a single skill, he's so aggressive. And he might possibly get
Ooh.
the kill. Oh no man, that was like the way Six is playing right now, right? TDT is over here to win.
Yeah, and also the damage coming out from Ziggs is hilarious. Like, oh man, we need a little bit of nerve coming out from this damage. Because even me, I like using Yasuo, right? Like, the only mid champion that I love playing is Yasuo, so if I don't get Yasuo, I'm just like, this. So, but if I'm against a Ziggs, that, it just pisses me off, because there's the damage coming up on Ziggs, you can't dash in, you can't do much of anything, you get slowed, but the damage coming up, so really annoying to deal with a Ziggs.
And this is just to mind you, this is just the early game, right? If you're going to be going, let's scale this up a little bit, maybe 10 minutes into the game, Six is just going to be even more cancels, right?
Yeah, and also those really nice.
And also, like in the bottom side, we are going to be seeing a fight break out. Azrael is going to be getting stacked up with the Braum, and even Diana is going to be getting stacked up with the match. The bottom scuttle is going to be going towards the blue side of very easy bottom scuttle for them. And Lucifer is just going back to the buff as well. We are going to be seeing a invade come out by the blue side because they know it's a Mumu, right? Because a Mumu early game, you're jack shit, and that's exactly what they are looking to capitalize on, right? So TDT knowing their strengths, capitalizing on the strengths, and they know this is a do or die for them. Because if they're looking to be losing this game out, you're out of the series. And as I said, we want to know what to play over here, and that's how they're playing over here, right?
And also, I honestly feel like Orina should put on this dancing shoes because he's just getting poked out. Like he's not. I just feel like Orina is not even trying to sidestep any of the damages being thrown at him by the six, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just getting poked out for no apparent reason. And if that happens, then Orina is going to follow. But then, yeah, like I said, right, the combo, the wombo combo coming up, that's going to be scary. But yeah, at the moment,
It's one team fight, right? The idea just means one team fight. Meanwhile, TDT needs to win every single team fight. So that's a different way in the comp.
I mean, this can be like go home, like it's gonna be like go reach or go home. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like on top side, Seth versus Garen, right? I'm not really sure how the matchup is going out in top side because both teams are just equally just playing out the way, not really going in for any aggressive plays. So, I mean, who do you think? I mean, we only talked about them, right? I mean, Galen's obviously can be better in the late game compared to Seth, but then,
see, if you look at the itemization also, like Seth is going to go for his Trinity 4, then he's going to go into the player for the king and all, right? But Garen is going for the Sunfire Cap, and he's just going to get tankier and tankier and tankier, right? So he can easily run line for them. But then, whereas on the other side, if Abumu gets cut off, then you know, I'm not so sure how it's going to go. But then the fight breaks out in top side of the map, and like we know, Garrett is just gonna Beyblade away. Like he's just gonna spin. Ah man, what a fun champ. I honestly feel like Garrett needs a heavy rework. Because Garrett, nothing has changed in Garrett.
yeah, I mean, Garen has been the same for me for maybe the six years. So maybe how long has Garen had around for? Almost.
For quite some time. Like when season 1 came out in mid, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, Garen does need rework. I mean, but I mean, at least in Wild Rift, I mean, I'm not really sure how good it is. But then in Wild Rift, he just cancels. Spin to win.
Yeah, spin to win, that's it. And if they have a Wukong, then double spin.
Yeah,
the third champion that can spin. A mini spin comes out. Yeah, like even Jax is there.
Jax and even Katrina, right? I mean, I should consider that as a spin. Okay, with that said, the dragon is going to be finally up, and it's going to be the mountain dragon. I think it's a pretty important dragon to that side, right? Because again, you have the Momu, you have the Leona, you need the mountain dragon. You are going to be looking contest, but Momu's already there. He's going to be going to be captured. 6 up and 6 is going to be the first person to fall. This is the fight, but I don't think Lucian is supposed to be taking. Lucian's finally going to be using his sculling, but then Seth is going to be straight on Lucian. Lucian's going to be looking back off. He's getting the kill, and with all of the kills going towards the blue side, Morgana is going to be doing so much damage. Oriana is not, I mean, see, Oriana, right? You can't really have enough damage in early game. Also, the Shockwave Oriana, so what's the best for the Shockwave you can have? So, with that, I mean, not team fight when I would say, at least the skirmishman going towards the blue side, they do have a very good chance of taking the tag. And the first ultimate is going to be coming in from the base, and I think that's going to be enough damage for the Morgana to just going for the cleanup. Morgana still solving, she ends up getting the bomb, but then she kicks the dragon.
Blue team champion.
Yeah, no, the dragon has been secured by Morgana, but Morgana had the smite.
Okay.
But then, that was a beautiful initiation of her coming out from Amumu, right? Taking out the 6 early into the game, and things look pretty bad for Team TTT, right? Because Ziggs just got destroyed, and Zed was in the backline trying to sway everyone. But then the Garen and the Morgana combo with the Braum ulti, right? That was a beautiful ulti coming out from Braum, right? Making sure everybody stays in their lane, and they got trapped in the Morgana. But we as well, and with that, the master in all about, so that was a good. So yeah, things could have.
As well, Leona is missing up the ulti, and she's going to be going in, even though she's going to be missing up the ulti, they're going to be seeing Lucian still very healthy. He's going to be trying to do some damage to Lefali. He's going to be coming out, it's going to be enough to kill, no, it's going to be enough to kill anyone. Meanwhile, that was happening, Morgana was very easily able to sneak out with Herald, and Herald is going to be going to the Juicer as well. But the current pace at which the game is going, right, both the objectives going towards TDT. The first Mountain Dragon, and now the Herald. And also like goal difference, right? It's already at almost 2k goal difference, like before 7 minutes in the game. I think TDT, the way they are playing over here, the way Morgana is playing very clean, the way Ziggs is playing, look at Ziggs, right? He has not even died, sorry, the way Morgana is playing, right? 203, already has a Leon reset. The next item, what's the next item for Morgana? Go for,
I mean, most probably he's gonna go for that slow item. I forgot her name. Rylai, right?
Rylai.
Yeah. Because if he gets the Rylai and if he throws up his E, right? I mean his W, right? Then they're gonna get damage plus they're gonna get slowed. So like, that's not gonna be so good. But then all on this drop. Like he's doing so well. Like he is the unsung hero for Team TDT at the moment. Like if you look at, if you have noticed on both the team fight, and also I really like how he zoned up at Amumu and Amumu was forced to flash over. Like that was so hilarious to watch on the new side of.
I mean, see, Amumu is getting like very punished for his pick over here, right? Because as a Momu, you can't really. There's nothing even the Momu can do, right? Because compared to Morgana, you're practically useless in the early. Because if one binding comes out, one Grom starts comes from you, you're practically dead. And they are going to be rushing out the bottom side. We are going to be seeing the rest will be boost. We are going to be seeing Dushin being ready to go in for Onslaught as well. Okay, that is pretty much enough.
And if you look at the itemization done by Amumu is straight up going for damage. He's going for AP. I thought he was going to go a bit tankier. Because at the moment they need, like they can't only depend on the Leona. Like they need some damage. I mean they need some tankiness coming off from Amumu as well, right? But in the end, so he's gonna be really squishy, and I don't think that's like the right to make, because they have a Jet, I mean they have a Sad, they have an Oriana, they have an Israel who can dish out the damage, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you can't really just rely on Leona, right? You're kind of right? Because Amumu going in, you don't really expect Amumu to do damage. Amumu is as for the speed, right? But even though now, right? Look at coming out. And Amumu, see, again, actually, so he's just going to be getting bursted down by the Ziggs ultimate. Their ultimate is going to be a little bit too deep, but Seth is going to be going straight on the right target. But then, Luffy might possibly die, Luffy is going to be dying, Ashton's going to be getting killed over here. Ziggs not being in the fight was kind of sad. But then Garen is finally going to be coming in, this Penta when comes out, the Martian ultimate is going to be enough to kill the Steel. And with that, I think the team fight was still won by the red side, right? TDT still won the fight.
Yeah, I mean that was actually like I said, TDT always like tries to take the fight. Like they have the balls of steel, like just to go deep into the enemy jungle. They know that backup is not going to be there on time, right? But they still take this fight, and this time around it went into the favor of Team TDT, right? But if we're into the late game, then Team TDT picking up the fight, right? You know, it's not going to be really helpful for them, because we have seen game 1, game 3, right? How Team TDT were in lead, but then because of like overextension and team fight, like they lost out so many things, right? But yeah, as I was saying, coming back to the Amumu, like I also feel like he should go a little bit tankier.
I think he's going to be looking a little bit tankier. The captain is supposed to go for Cornmeal and Sunspire Aegis, right? I mean, that's the best item. Should be going on Amumu. And Amumu building the Lian race, I mean, he's like very confident with his place, right? He knows he's going to be going, his teammate is going to be flat to follow. So we might be, I mean, this might be the mistake that they're making, or maybe the best possible move that Amumu has to make. But then also for damage coming from the snakes, and we are going to be seeing Stat going a little bit too early. Not really worth it, he ends up falling over there. He's tagging so much, the guy is going to be coming out as well But is it going to be enough to do some damage? No, that's not going to be enough to get anyone. I mean, as Dixie is doing silent damage, they end up getting the kill on Amumu. They almost got a kill on Sat as well, but then I have them. How incredibly well Sat was fighting with that. He went 1-5, but still he wasn't dying, and he's still surviving, right?
And also here's the thing, right? Like in the previous fight, like fishing my best on his Oriana, right? He didn't do anything. Like nobody zoned him off. He literally zoned himself off. I'm not even lying. Yeah, like he was forced to flash, but then as soon as he flashed, like Grom ulti, right? So he got caught up in the flash and used his shockwave, but then he got no one over there. So coming into the next team fight, facing my pants on his arena should have better positioning, because if he doesn't have a better positioning, then you know, if the shockwave is not landed, or you know, like you need the damage coming up from Oriana, right? But in the team fight, like he was nowhere to be seen, and he was forced to flash going in the team, but then he gets one man shockwave, which is like a better fight from the
Yep, we have really seen a fight break out here, but then again, I have to say how amazing even the Brom is playing, right? He completely just blocked everything coming out from the side, and I mean, even though Brom is playing good, again I would say that the real MVP is the Ziggs. Look at the Ziggs, like having so much damage, and also Garen just like just tanking and just saving the Ziggs up. I mean, if Ziggs is not getting shut down, just at least now in the game, I don't think they have any chance of winning out this game, right? Because look at Ziggs, I think 5-1-2 already has the movement item up, and already, what do you call that item?
Which one?
The purple color stuff. I think it's the one which I mean, or the Puyu or something like that, right? I think,
Luden's, are you talking about Luden's Echo?
oh yeah, Luden's Echo, right? I mean, if the Luden's Echo and Infinity are already built by them, I think Ziggs, you have to shut down Ziggs at this point. You can't let the Ziggs scale much into the late game, right? Because your Azrael is lacking damage and Oriana's missing out shock phase. You need to, I mean, if you can't play good, at least stop the people from the opponent playing good, right? So that's what TDP, sorry, DR Unix shop should be at this point.
Yeah, and also if you look at the itemization again on the side of the DR Runic, right? No, you can see no MR. Only it's just that they have a locket on the That's about it, right? That's the only like magic repellent shield that should be getting a little bit. But after locket is gone, what do you do? Plus they have a Ziggs and a Morgana who's going to deal so much amount of magic damage and they have no MR.
I mean, they need to build MR, right? Because Morgana's having metal up. If Morgana's left free, if Jax is left free, yeah, MR is just going to be enough to burst it out. Also, the picks coming, sorry, the itemization as you told, right? That is going for, I mean, Seth is again not going for a very tanky itemization choice. He's still going to be going for, okay, so somewhat of AD carry choice. But then, and also like Lamumu not really going for the tanky item. So we have that is going to be the reason why they use the game, right?
Yeah.
Because
And you
nobody
can, and you can see the damage coming out from this or the Ziggs and this Morgana, right? Just see, like Frosty was full health, but look at that! Look at the poke coming out from both this Morgana. Like this is the thing, like they're disrespecting the FP damage coming out from TDT, and they're getting there and ended up getting punished for this.
And also, I mean, Lucian, right? I mean, we are underestimating Lucian because, again, I mean, we are praising the Morgana, we are praising the Ziggs, but then Lucian, right? He's also having enough damage, and that's the reason why they are winning half the team fight. Because half of Scullings, I mean, I wouldn't say one of the best Scullings they had in the game, but then the Scullings are doing enough damage.
No, I mean overall, if you look at the teamfight aspects or the choices they're making, like TDT is looking really strong. Like if you look at the teamfight, like Paul is popping off on this Brom, and also Paul has displayed one of the best Broms in this tournament so far, in my opinion. Like this is not the first time he has.
Like, if you notice the Brom, right? He completely just blocked the Azrael's ultimate coming onto the team fight. But if Azrael's ultimate had hit, I think the Azrael would have possibly got a chance to redeem some kills back.
Yeah.
But Bomb Shield, the Charge Shield, right? That just got everything with it.
And also the Herald is gonna land. Yeah, the Herald is gonna land, and the goal is gonna go to
Blue
this
team
Ganon.
lost
But
a
what
turn.
more can he do, right? Because if he just roots someone, then he's just gonna get destroyed. No, look, like if he was a little bit tankier, then he could have rooted someone and he could have survived. But then since he went for full FP, like nothing much can be done. And also with that, they're gonna be taking the mid turret. And also that there's a super happening.
Yeah, but that's the thing that's happening right now. Lucian don't be doing so much damage. We are going to be seeing a move have a perfect ultimate, almost perfect ultimate, but that wasn't enough to take the game for them. Azrael is going to be tired as well. Morgana is still surviving with Ziggs still up. I think they have to get the kill on Ziggs over here. The assassin is going to be coming out, and that's going to be enough to make Troy today. He's able to get the kill on Leona. He's also able to get a pretty, and he can get the kill on Seth as well. Oh my god, let's get a kill on Seth. Come on, Garen, spin to win. Just spin. Bless on your. Yeah, get a kill.
Red team ace.
Ah man, like things look really bad for TDT at the moment. There was a bit of initiation coming out, and they were stuck in that bush, right? And also there was a really good. Like, here's the thing, man. On that team fight, like we didn't see a shockwave being played out, right? And Feast in My Pants getting totally zoned out. That was actually really good coming out from Team TDT. And also I was really surprised to see Frosty missing out on that ultimate, right? He got no one. So this is what I was saying, like Fuckboy was just chasing that Oriana, and Oriana couldn't do anything to the team fight. But then if DR Runic on that Amumu, right? If DR Runic didn't, I mean, like if the Amumu is able to catch like 3-4 of them with that followed up by the Leona ulti, or if Oriana is in position, then things will turn into the favor of DR Runic.
But they are doing a case study sneak the Baron over here. I think this might be, I mean, a very sneaky Baron coming out by them. I think this might be the place where the entire game turns around, right? Because we did see Amumu played wonderfully while he had a 3-man ultimate. He also had enough damage, but then the follow-up, right? Seth missing his ulti, the shockwave not coming out. That was the reason why they lost the fight. And with the Baron on that side, now I think they might be looking to, change things around in this part of the game, because Seth is on the bottom side pushing on the wave, Korean on the top side pushing on the wave, and especially giving them Baron buff, right? This is I'm not really sure. I mean, what should we expect over here? Because anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen in this game, and also we have seen what the teamfight potential coming up from Munich, right? Like I said in the starting draft as well, right? Like if they're able to land their wombo combos, then TDT is just gonna get destroyed, because Ziggs can't sustain that much amount of damage, even the Lucian as well, right? But then if they waste all that ulti on the Garen or the Brom, right, then things might turn into the favor of Team. And also, I'm really surprised to see that Lucian went for the Donyas instead of going for the QSS. So, like, that shows the confidence he has, right? Because generally, you would want to prefer to go for QSS because of all the change CCs coming out from Runic, right? And this might cost them the game, or Duffy on the Lucian, he's really comfortable and he has the confidence. So, I guess that's one of the main reasons why he went for the Donyas instead of the QSS.
Yeah, it's still not a bad option, right? And also like top lane matchup. I mean, not top lane matchup. I mean, Oriana with the top lane being pushed up, she was like bowling the Garen out. Of course, I do agree you have the Baron minion, but the Oriana banning the Garen out.
Blue team
I mean,
lost
I
a
haven't heard of
turret.
that.
Yeah, but then you have like two cannon minion Baron right? There's nothing much you
Yeah,
can do.
and also it was almost able to do 25% damage to the Hellbar. Right? The Hellbar just like went down 25%, I think.
Yeah.
With the Baron being used like very efficiently, right? So Oriana getting the top side, middle, Ezreal, and probably just pushing on mid lane. They might possibly able to get the tower as well. Oriana still there. She might be able to get the tower. Okay, the Baron buff just comes out when you are just seeing the Baron. The second tower might be falling as well. So yeah,
Yeah, and also Ziggs, like I honestly feel like they should team Runic for them to win. They should just take out this Ziggs like before he dishes out any damage or before he pops out. Because and also here's the thing, right? DR Runic can't sustain team fights, but then Jim TDD will be happy to sustain team fights, right? Because they have this huge pop potential, right? On the side of DR Runic, they only have an Oriana and an Ezreal, but then if you combine that, I mean, if you compare that with a Morgana and a Ziggs, the coming out from the Ziggs and Morgana will hurt much more compared to that of an Oriana or an Ezreal, right?
I mean, Oriana, right? I mean, this is the moment that Oriana is supposed to be shining up, right? Because she already has the items up, she already has the weapon up, and Seth might be getting caught over here. No, they should have just gone in for the Seth. They should have just killed the Seth over here. But then again, right? You are much more. You have a team for much more built towards the training team fight. You're not going to be able to burst anyone down, man. This is what this team fight is what's going to be mattering the deal of the game. We might be seeing fight record of the Infernal Dragon. Yes, we are going to be seeing Leona going for the ultimate, but I don't think that was enough. We are going to be seeing Morgana getting the Dragon as well. But then the entire team fight, right? Six is at the very back, not revealing himself and doing so much damage. Six is finally coming out in the backline to do so much damage, and Garnet is going to be ending the game up over here with Morgana stealing the smite, but not smite, but like she just got the thing very, very easily. And with the complete team fight is everyone surviving on the blue side, there's nobody surviving on the red side team.
Yeah,
So it's
and
very
looks like we are, and it looks like I was right, and we are gonna go to game 5. That was a beautiful gameplay, like,
yeah, man.
and also Oriana on that show, man, like, he just got one that was kind of like gone to waste, and with that, we're gonna go to game number 5 between GDT and DR Runic, and yo, talk to me about this, like, what happened? Whew.
Oriana, I would say this was a complete mid gap. Oriana just fucked up the entire game for the Unique, right? Because look at, I mean, not just the KDA, right? KDA is anyways terrible, 2-1-2-6, but then the shockwaves, right? I didn't see a single good shockwave coming out by Oriana.
Yeah, I mean, like, first team fight, like, he he zoned him off himself, right? Second team fight again was chasing after her, and this team fight, like, nobody was chasing after her, right? Like, no one was there, but still he was not able to land the shockwave, and I'm really surprised to see that they were not even able to kill even one member of TDT, right? And also Ziggs was left untouched, and he was able to deal so much amount of damage. So yeah, I mean, DR winning,
Yeah,
they should
look
go
at the
back
damage
into
also, right? Ziggs doing 34k damage. That's
yeah.
more. I mean, even if you add up the Orianas and the Lucia on the Azure damage, right? That still doesn't add up to 60 damage. So this is how insane the Ziggs played in this game, right?
Yep.
So with
Oh my
this,
god.
TDT is going to be evening out the series to 2-2. We are going in for a game 5, ladies and gentlemen. So I know you guys are very excited for this game. Get your popcorns ready because we are just going to be back with game 5 in just a short while. Oh man, this game was so exciting, man. Game 5, I think TDT might win.
And hello guys, we are back with the final match of the day in the lower bracket semi-finals between Runic and TDT, and this has been a really good roller coaster ride for all of us. Like TDT, I mean Runic taking out the first game, like it was just neck to neck, right? And right now we're gonna have the final series of the match, and as I predicted, like this is an insane game going neck to neck. So talk to me about this, yo. Like I'm just losing my mind here. Team Runic coming back, Team TDD coming back. Who do you think is gonna come out of top, or like even you have like just given up hope?
This is completely TDD's game to win, right? Because the way they have been performing, I think they deserve the win over here, right? Because
Huh?
they are unique. They have been throwing the games after games, right? And I really don't think they can make something happen over here. And also, like, look at the bans coming out. That is going to be seeing an immediate Morgana first ban coming out because they know how annoying Morgana can get. And I mean, they don't want to be
Yeah.
facing the Morgana again because both the games they lost, right? It
Yep.
was against the Morgana.
And also on top of that, they just banned out the Ziggs as well. Like as you can see, Morgana and the Ziggs has been banned out. So that's like they're so totally done with the game. Whereas on the opposite side, we're gonna see a Galio and a Fizz being banned out from TDT, right? And I honestly want Fizz in my pants to go for those carry picks, right? Instead of going for a control mage or like the mage pick, right? I want him to be on a carry pick because on the Morgana he couldn't do much, right? But like from the previous game, like I'm not trying to try to say something, but then he has the potential to carry the game. But then he opted up for the Oriana, and he ended up doing not so much. And also we can see the action coming into play, and action we have seen what he can do from game one, right? Huh.
Akshan, man, we did see how good he played game one, especially him getting the quadra kill in game one. I
Mhm.
think Akshan pick over here is a very tryhard pick and not based on him over here. I think if Akshan is not getting shut down early, if Akshan is not getting targeted on early, I think Akshan has a very good potential to end up carrying DR Unique in this game.
Yeah, and also the Akali has been banned off, so they're just like, okay, we're not gonna deal with your shenanigans facing my fans. So like we're gonna like see. This is what I like about Team TDT, right? They force players in a they force the players to go for some unorthodox picks, like which they are not comfortable with, right? They are making them get out of their comfort zone and making them champions which they have not played or they are not so comfortable with, right? So I like this ban coming off from TDD. Like the Akali has been banned off, the Fizz has been banned off, and now the Pantheon ban, which I'm not surprised at all. So yeah, let's see what the last ban will be coming off from Runic. The Cannon has been banned off, and the Rengar has been taken away. So let me guess, Lucifer Gaming. I honestly feel like he is gonna go for the Mastery because he is confident with that champion. So let's see what he is gonna be picking. Because I don't want him going for some tanky, like we have seen the Ramos pick, we have seen the Amumu pick, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, also like judging by the bans over here, right? Pantheon, Cannon, and Rengar, I
Mhm.
do feel we might possibly see a mastery over here because
Yep.
this guy is the absolute one trick mastery, and especially seeing the Lulu being hovered over, right? Is it Lulu mid
Oh,
or something? You can just maybe
yeah,
just
yeah,
funnel all.
like yeah, no, I mean like this can even work, right? Lulu in the mid lane like a
Yeah,
utility, and they're just gonna funnel everything. Oh, that was just a clip, man. I was
okay,
really
they just
excited to
have
see.
going for the last second pick, last
Yeah,
second swap. I really expected them to go for the Lulu mastery. You know, mastery getting all the gold. Lulu just gonna be that to back up
yeah,
mastery, just
exactly.
one
Like
metal mastery. But then,
we
man.
yeah we have this final strategy, right, where you're just gonna be funneling everything into the mastery,
Okay,
and
but we're
like I
still
said.
gonna be seeing the mastery being picked up. So yes, you are right. The mastery is gonna be over here. A complete triad pick coming out by DR Unique Lucifer Gaming playing his mastery. So this is the game that you're all looking for.
Mhm.
2-2. This is TDD's game to win. So yeah, let's see what DR Unique is how gonna
Yeah,
be a
and
hard.
also like let's talk about the mid lane, right? We have a TF and an Ari, right? TF is if he's able to capitalize on his ultimate properly and if he's able to make the proper rotation, right? Then he's gonna be enough because Ari, if you compare with a TF, right? Ari wouldn't be able to rotate as much. I mean, rotate faster than a TF because TF has his global presence, right? So this is gonna be really, really interesting to watch. And also Ari I really want Fizz in my pants to land those charms, right? Because if he's able to land those charms, then the damage coming off from the entirety of the team, there whoever he charms is gonna get destroyed. And also people generally don't know this about Ari, but then Ari, right, his spells. If you don't land your charm, then your spells don't do much damage. Like I mean it does damage, but if you land your charm, then you deal more damage coming off from your spells, right? So let's see whether Fizz on my pen has got the charm or not. Let's see what happens. And also we have seen Cat goes meow on that Kha'Zix, right? He was just able to find the ADC and also as Israel had a really rough time because of his Kazakhs. So yeah, let's see what happens. Yo, Chief, are you with me? Chief, I think I lost you.
No. I am that. I am that. Sorry, I am that.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I already
No,
mentioned, right? Twisted Fate with the global presence is going to the Twisted Fate can create the mid gap, right? Which I think he
Mhm.
possibly should be looking to do because last game he created the mid gap with the Six, right? Six just Six just completely outshined Oriana. If he can do the same with the Twisted Fate versus the
Welcome
Ari
to
matchup,
Wild
I
Rift.
think what do you call it? I think it's going to be a pretty easy game for TDT.
Yeah, and also here's the thing, right? Though Master Yi has been picked, he's going for his tryhard pick, but then on the opposite
Minions have
side we have
spawned.
on the Brom and we have Stella on the TF, right? So if Master Yi gets a golden card before, then he's just gonna get destroyed and also called on that Brom. We know what he can do, right? We have seen his performance on the Brom, so yeah, this is not going to be an easy match for Master Yi on the Super Gaming. So an event is going to happen. They're just going to take away the red bot unless you get it out contested or not.
Uh, they are going in being a little bit aggressive, but I don't think. Okay, yeah, Smite is going to be giving a big six. I don't really think that is required, and Ali is going to be out the charm as well. We are still going to be seeing a invade come out, and the amount of aggression shown over here, and also Twisted Fate is there to flank them up, right? I mean, just we have to be seeing a proper 5-5 breakout in the start of the game itself. We are going to be seeing draw wise. So many stacks come out, and Blue team is still going to be able to get the first blood. Ari is going to be landing some. He might be seeing second blood go out. Twisted Fate is going to be able to get the kill on Ari. We might be seeing that is overextended a little bit too much. He might be able to. Nah, he's just going to be looking back off. Yeah.
Yeah, and, and this is the final that we're looking for, like 5-man team fight within the start of the round. Like the final that all of us are excited about. Like 5-man cloud fiesta happening just for the red buff. The red buff gets scared by action, but then yeah, so many things has been lost. You know, the end of the match, and with that, the are running is a little bit ahead in the game right now. And
But
yeah,
then you really need to be having balls, right? Because you have a Brahmin opponent. If I was in team, I wouldn't look to invade with a Brahmin opponent, right? I mean, steel balls coming out by Dr. Unique here.
And also Ari has started with the charm, right? But then she was not able to land the charm. I honestly prefer like if she had started with the Q, then they could have done so much more. But he ended
Yeah,
up
they
going
could
for
have
the
done
charm.
more. And also, like Darius getting the first blood over here, I think he's gonna be winning the entire lane out. Right? Because look at how hard he's pulling Garen at top side. I think with Darius already ahead against the Garen, I think it's gonna be a pretty free lane for Darius.
Yep. Frosty is looking pretty good. Like if you look at the gold difference over like 2, and he's gonna come back with a half bill item, and he's gonna oh wait, itemization coming up from Darius, like he's just ready to go all in on this Garen. But then Fuckboy, we have seen, right? Even though he gets like he doesn't have a good start, like he comes back into the game pretty much well, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have seen Pugboy, play wonderfully well in all the balance fights he has played till now. And I think he was the guy who plays the Camille, right? And of course, I mean, we are known for he was known for his Camille, but then let's see how good he is to take a chance. Because again, the fight going on top side, Garen versus Darius, I mean, it's still going pretty even. Although Darius is still winning, but Garen is still holding up.
Yeah, and also like Frosty should try to be a little bit patient. I know that he's ahead, but then if he throws his lead, then there's gonna be no point. Like he should just try to farm it up and just wait for the dragon to appear an objective appear where he can shine. But then he goes in again, and then he gets the silence on Frosty, so that's gonna break it off. And yeah, teleport being coming on, and Frosty, this is what I was saying, like you don't need to overextend for no reason, and you get punished for that. That was a beautiful
Just a complete map presence showed by TDT over here, right? Because they know that it's going to be ahead, and you need the Garen to be getting ahead in lane, right? Because with the Garen being ahead in a lane, you need someone to push him back up in at least to get the matchup to equal advantages. That's it. Twisted Fate having a perfect ultimate and ends up getting the kill. And as I said, right, Frosty was playing a little bit too aggressive. I mean, of course, he was ahead. He ended up getting the first blood, but then you should have played a little bit, controlled the balls a bit,
exactly.
and played a bit safe. But then he is going to be punished up for that.
Here's the thing, if you're ahead in lane, instead of going for kill, go for wave management instead, right? This is what I tell most of the people, like even though you're winning the lane, if your wave management is not good, then you're going to end up losing a lot of gold.
and also the fight breaking on the dragon, right? Leonard's going to be a little bit too deep and still in the backline, right? Doing so much damage. Kha'Zix is not able to go and stay on the right target. Azil still alive. He's doing so much damage with Azil alive and Garen going, Masti going for that kill. I don't think he's able to get. Oh yes, he does end up getting the kill on Azil as well. Lucifer gaming again. Once again, showing why he's one of the best Masti players. I really didn't think he was able to get the kill on Azil, but then Azil just ended up falling. And Kha'Zix versus Masti. Kha'Zix is of course gonna be just completely devastating Masti, and Masti just ends up falling. So I mean, both junglers playing good over here. Kha'Zix with a 4-1, meanwhile Masti also like not quite behind 2-1. So if this is at this way the game is going to be going on, they are really getting another fight break out, and just fight is going to be breaking out of here. Ari is going to be that twisted. Oh, she's going to be missing with Storm. It's not what they do. Supposed to be doing with Storm, but then Twisted Fate does fall, and with Twisted Fate falling, I think Darius is going to be having a free time over here. He's going to be going in tanking so much damage, and Kha'Zix is all just going to be there in the backline, going so much damage. He is going to be able to get the kill, and they are going to be looking to go in for nothing.
Red team
And so with that, the team fight was won by DR. DR Unique.
They're winning, and also on top of that, let me tell you, Mastery was not even there on the team fight. They worked without the Mastery game. Like, where in the world? Like, and here's the thing, right? At the end of the day, TDD ended up trading the mid lane for support, and you know that's not a good sign when you because that's gonna hurt. Like when you trading your mid lane for your support, right? I mean mid lane for a support, right? So, and they ended up doing that. And also there was a bit. I mean the charms are on point coming out from Feast my friend, so that was really beautiful to watch. But yeah, if things go in this manner, then TDD, they need to do something, because if things fall into this pattern, then you know things are gonna look really bad for them. And Runic is just like in control, and I think Karen is disconnected here. No, so just standing there.
He's just gonna be back. Also, I mean, talking more about again, Darius and Garen matchup, right? Both of them are like quite even, and Kha'Zix, Master is over here trying to like put Darius ahead. He's trying to gank top right. Garen go in for the kill. They are looking for. Going for the kill, they are going to be using the referral at top side. They are going to be putting the Darius ahead, and this is what you're supposed to be doing, right? As someone putting the Darius ahead.
I really like this coming out from CT, and especially, I mean, not unique, like funneling the goal into Frosty, like funneling the goal into Darius who's already ahead, right? And pushing him further ahead. That's really good coming out for Team Unique over there. And they might get another set of plating here again. Yep, they do. But I guess that's a little bit of overextension coming up from them, and they might get punished.
Yep, Frosty is possibly going to be dying, but then the follow-up is going to be follow-up is not going to be there. Akshan was hovering around, but then I don't think that's enough. On the bottom side, Ari might possibly get a kill on Azil. She ends up landing charm, but I don't think she has enough damage. She has enough damage, and she ends up getting a solo kill on Azil 1v1. So at this situation, right, where the team has got a kill of Darius, at the bottom side, you're supposed to be expecting a gank. Azil, I mean, then expecting gank, he ends up falling to Ari in a 1v1 situation. Not really something, but I mean, bad he could have done anyways, but then a bad move coming out by 2K with her.
Yeah, and then there's no way that an Ezreal is going to be able to do Ari coming in the early stages. Like if Ari misses out her skills, then yeah, there's one move. We're in the semi-final bracket. Last match, right? I'm pretty sure like he's not going to miss out any of his outside, and also he is getting a little bit low. Oh, there was a beautiful flash coming out, and also mostly he might be a little bit too deep, and that was a beautiful escape play. But then he gets the kill as well. Crap. There's just fights everywhere. Jeez.
Yeah, but immediately talking about the mid lane fight, that was fight at top lane. Akshan just got bullied hard, and the kill just goes towards Garen. So I mean, Akshan did die over that, and also as I said, right, Twisted Fate did die in the mid lane. So plays are happening every single place in the map, right? So this is where you know the game is very intense.
I'm really surprised to see that both the ADC. I'm happy to say that both the ADC are inking so hard. Like they're just overstaying their World Cup. Like at the moment they're not ahead, right? And even though they're ahead, like they're just gonna get destroyed if they don't have a support near them, right? Unless you are away, then you can round V2. But then yeah, let's see what's gonna happen inside the bush, and TF is gonna just go.
Yep, and we are going to be seeing here a catch out, steal as well. Twisted Fate is again going to be falling. So here's where Dr. Unique, DR Unique is making place. And again, Ari landing the charm last kill again. He might possibly be able to get a kill. Yes, Ari is going to be able to get a kill. And another charm is going to be coming out. I don't think Braum is going to be enough to save anyone. They are thinking Leon come in again. So here's where, right? Ari's playing good, and even Leonard's playing good, right? Because they caught out the Twisted Fate, they caught out the ADC. So these are the two targets, right? The priority is kill the ADC, kill the mage. They are doing that perfectly well, right? Just look at them.
And also look at the goal. Look at the goal that Ezreal has countered. He only has 4k gold, so things are looking really bad for TDP Ezreal. Like Doofy on this Ezreal, he's just been getting caught off. He is overextending. I know he needs the farm, and also
Kha'Zix gets caught in the mid lane. I think he's going to be falling. Darius is going to go, okay, it's going to be Leona getting the kill, but then Darius should have, sorry, Kha'Zix shouldn't have made a mistake. And if Darius getting all of this kill, Darius is going to be able to survive. Yes, he will survive. Leona is going to be body tanking for him. Akshan, meanwhile, is trying to make something happen, but then it's not enough to save Darius. Darius still ends up falling to all the unsouls coming out by TDP. I think, I mean, with them getting Darius shut off, I still don't think that's enough for them to get a comeback in this game.
yeah, I mean that's not enough. Like. And
Let's see
there's
what
one more thing, right? I'm so surprised to see both the Johnson opted not to go for the game instead, and also even they were punished last time because they didn't have a scanner, they weren't able to scan out the wards, right? And they're getting punished for this, and still now, like both the teams are not, they're just face taking the bush for no apparent reason. Like let the tank or let the support bush check it for you, right? As a mid laner, as a jungler, or like if you're a jungler and if you have a scanner, you have the scanner on, then you know that makes sense for you to go and face. Face check the bush, right? But then if you are not, what's the point of going there anyway, right? What's the point of face checking if you're a mid laner and ADC, right? And then TDD are just end up doing that and they're getting punished for that heavily. And Runic, as I said in the previous game as well, they can punish the team so well, right? Because of overextension of the small misplay, and that's what Runic are doing right now. And if you look at Mastery has two items finished, right? Solari and Blade of the Rune King, and he's in a really good spot. And even look at Akshan, he has his Phantom Dancer finished, so he's gonna be getting a lot of shield. Like he gets shield from his spell, plus he's gonna be getting shield from PD, right? So it's gonna be really hard to kill this Akshan off. Like I don't think they can burst the Akshan down at this point.
I mean, unless the Garen goes in on Akshan, unless the Kha'Zix goes in on Akshan, I think Akshan's going to be the relief. I mean, firstly, they can't find Akshan, right? Because the Akshan, they are not able to find Akshan. Because look at Akshan, he's playing very safe, like playing around the walls, using his passive really well, right? Not getting spotted out. And Kha'Zix and Garen are the only two people to catch Akshan out. But then again, they are going to be, Leona's going to be missing out the kills. This will be the place where they might be able to get the kill. This is finally going to be there, but I don't think that's enough. Direct is getting caught out. Akshan is finally going to be falling the Kha'Zix. This is what the Kha'Zix was supposed to be doing. He ends up getting the kill on Akshan, and he survived his slip of SP. And with the Akshan falling, very soon the Darius was falling up as well. But then the bottom side, look at the bottom side of Ari and Mastery.
Funneling the goal into Mastery, even though they lost the Darius and the Akshan as well, they're getting the goal into the carry, Lucifer Gaming on that Mastery. So they should be really happy with it because we know what Mastery can do, right? It just hard to win.
Yeah, just one Q, right? One Q and one R in the ultimate. I mean, that's all you need to do. I mean, they are doing this right thing. It's not like they're going to be like losing the fight even if they lost the Akshan, even if they lost that. Because look at the goal map. They already still have 4k gold difference.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the goal difference, it's just like 4k gold right now. And also, one thing I really want to see from DR winning, right? I really want Master Yi to come for the cleanup instead of cheating the fight, right?
Yeah, but exactly. I just want to see the satisfying pentakill kill, right? A kill or pentakill.
Exactly, like a quadrikill or a pentakill, and send them to the finals, right? So that's going to be really interesting to watch. But let's.
Yup, and we're going to be seeing Ari getting caught over. She uses every single dash she has. She's going to be using the protoball dash one to survive from that one shot coming out with Kha'Zix. So it's a good job by Ari. You all of the kills and not really actually dying. Because if she had died over here, it would have been a free Baron for TDP. But the Baron's spawning up in another 6 seconds. You can't afford making a mistake over here.
Yeah, and also the drag is going to be up, so let's see what they're going to do first. He's already in the pit, and look at Leona, like I'll take the global up comes out, and then more of what's going to do next.
With all the elements being used, they do have the mission. They are going to be missing out. Nothing's going to be really. We are just going to be seeing a proper fight break on, and Dragon is going to be going for the suicide, but can Mastery clean this up? Because each guy, 1Q, 1R, no, that's not really happening. Azra still alive. Mr. Fish still surviving, but we are having so much damage. They are not getting all the kills for everything that's enough, right? Mastery is finally coming back, and he ends up getting the kill, and he's getting a double kill. Now Akshan just has to clean up. He's going to be going for the clean up. He does. He's on the right target. I think he's going to get. Oh no, wait. They did not get the kill on Twisted Fate.
Yeah, but then they have won so much. They won the team fight. Like they have 3 dragons under their belt now, and if they get an instant drag on this, holy shit! I don't think TDT can come back into this map. Like they are playing so well. Metro and Metro Bears fight. They are controlling this game, and I hope and pray they don't make any mistakes going further into the match.
But I would say the entire fight was that, right? Asdil was like so much damage. Like nobody went for Asdil till Asdil was like tapping, tap blocking, but damage just wasn't there.
Yeah,
So
I mean, like, yeah, he's way far behind. Like, he got destroyed, like, because of his overextension coming on. Like, look at Ezreal. Like, he has only 8k gold at the moment, and he doesn't. He has his only. What do you call? I was gonna say Infinity Gauntlet again. Iceborne Gauntlet, yeah. And also, if you had gone for the Trinity Force, I honestly feel like they could have did some, a little bit of difference coming out in the damage, but no.
yeah, that's something with case. And I mean, with TR Unique like winning every single one of these team fights, and now that the Baron is sitting in the next team fight, I think they have a very good chance of just closing the game over, right? Because they have the track, they have the code, and also they have.
Oh, and Akshan!
Oh, no, Akshan gonna be getting thought out over here, and this was the mistake which he wasn't supposed to be making. But Akshan dead, the entire fight's gonna be a 4v5 situation. And I think TDT is gonna be forcing the fight out. They have the skill, they have the reciprocate advantage. They are just gonna be looking to get the balance down. But Cat, they still have the mastery alive, right? They still have the mastery alive. All he has to do is go and trust. But they are gonna be taking a fight break on. Vincent is gonna be doing so much damage, but Khazak gonna be the fastest one to fall. Cat is doing so much damage, and look at mastery, man, just tap. I'm still surviving, and Vincent is still surviving, but Candy makes it happen over here. Leona is going for the Braum, but Leona does not have enough damage to the Braum. We are seeing mastery still focus on the Baron. Baron is going to be taking down the mastery. Meanwhile, the blue side is still okay. Garen's going to be able to fade as well. Garen is still surviving, but can he? No, he doesn't. Yeah, he can survive.
Oh,
Leona is going to be going in again, and Darius is going to be falling up. Leona, and yes, the kill is going to be coming out. So all in all, DR Unique completely taking the fight home. Mastery. I mean,
this might be GG. This might be GG. Like, look at the daytimer coming out. Like, Ezreal is going to come out, but then Ezreal has no damage, and then there's a whole wave crashing into 3 cannon minion. I don't think Team TDT can hold this up, and I think they're going to seal the deal. This is an overextension coming up from the Ezreal.
Oh wait, what? What just happened over here? Okay, no, now Mastery again. Right? Mastery is just gonna be tapping and he ends up winning the game. So with this, TDT Unique is gonna be the winner of this best of 5 series, with them coming on top of TDT with a 3-2 victory. So hope you guys enjoyed the entire game. But then it is gonna be again TDT Unique the winner of this game. Also talking more about the damage numbers, Kumar. Just look at damage. Sorry. Everything's equal damage, man. There's like we don't see this quite often. 13, 15, 13, 17, 13. Even Leona's having so much damage. Can you believe that? Leona's having damage.
I honestly feel like Kate Goes Mio is going to be feeling really bad about this because he was the one who got caught up in the Baron fight, right? Like it was 4v5 and they were not able to capitalize on that, so that's going to hurt them a lot. And also because of that, all hell broke, and they were just everywhere. But yeah, congratulations to Runic on winning the game, and tomorrow they'll be going into the lower bracket finals, and they'll be up against one of the favorite teams in the tournament, right? The team is led by Bishi, and right, they are like one of the crowd favorites. So let's see, like they're going to be going into the finals tomorrow for the lower bracket finals. So I'm so pretty much excited for that as well. But then let's not forget about TDT, right? They came out strong. They had a Cinderella story. They had a beautiful run, right? Like there's so many good players, Cole and everybody, like stepping up to the name. So yeah, that's really really interesting to watch.
So with this, we're coming to an end of today's stream as well. So if you guys enjoy the stream, just make sure you turn on the notifications as well, because as Kumar mentioned, we are going to be seeing DR Unique face out against Skirmishers led by Beshi in tomorrow lower bracket final. And I don't think any of you want to be missing out that game. So yeah, we are going to be back with another stream tomorrow. So just make sure you turn on the notifications, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. With that, it's me, Steve, signing out, and Kumar.
I'm signing out as well. I'll see you guys tomorrow, so don't be late.
Yeah. Chill out.